Hi, my name is Ian, and this is my CSE 499 Senior Project Status Update number 9. So I'm working on the IT operations and monitoring dashboards with Prometheus and Grafana. Um, and I am still a little behind right now, but I've been making a lot of good progress. I worked about 7 hours this week. Total hours to date is 69. Total hours of completion is 148 to 168. It'll most likely be 168 given the setbacks, but we'll see how it goes. Last week's accomplishments was I decided to go ahead and set up a virtual machine and integrate Prometheus and use the Docker as a tool. And that was very useful. Next week's goals would be to integrate Grafana and connect data sources. And then as far as the SPED talk or SPED talk, I I think I followed clearly. It seemed like Keith was sharing some good insights on the interfaces and why they're so helpful. And it really stuck out to me that it makes the testing classes easier for developers and it allows other developers to know what needs to be implemented. So it seems like a really great resource to use in software development. Um, yeah, so the biggest challenge I faced was I decided to implement the virtual machine to meet the requirements of the project that I set for myself. This set me back a little bit. I kind of had to take a few steps back from where I was at and I almost restarted, but thankfully I was able to use a lot of my progress already and just kind of add it on and make a sandwich of a new project, which was it was a really good learning opportunity, honestly, and I'm really proud of the work that I did. So I'm feeling really good about it now and optimistic. Even though I'm behind, I feel good. Now, as far as the demo goes, I'll just show you a little bit about. I'll just show you the virtual machine I have. So I have Target VM1. I'm planning to make Target VM2 for the stretch requirements. But just to get started with virtual machine, I decided to just start with Target VM1, and it's didn't mean for that to lock. Yeah, so as you can see, I have the node exporter running. I just set that up, and I'm feeling very confident in its reliability. I even tested it I rebooted the system and made sure it was booting up automatically, so that was really helpful. And I think this will be a really great tool overall, and I think it's a good move for the project. I think it's appropriate. Um, Now that's my old Docker here, but um, when I pulled up the new Docker, it just showed the one. I can't find it right now. I mean, obviously I don't have it pulled up, but yeah, it just had the one Prometheus there because that's all I set up. So this is based on my older progress. So I do plan on implementing this and making it even more of a sandwich. So we'll see how that goes. I did a lot of work with, you know, the monitoring dashboard. I created that. I created the container monitoring dashboard Prometheus one, um, and I'll even show you some of my files here. So. Yeah, so I have the Docker compose here. That's, you know, it's very simple, but it was a really pretty straightforward, thankfully. But yeah, I went ahead and set up a new project folder just because I wasn't very confident in what I had set up before. So this should be a little bit more neat and ready to go. So I'm like I said, I'm feeling really optimistic about my progress, and so next week I'm going to add even more onto this and try and implement old information with new information. So that's all I have for this week. Thanks so much for watching.